it's Sig, how are ya? And it's it's happy hour. And I honestly don't know what happened to that script just now.
We're just gonna wing it.
We'll wing it.
We're just gonna let the wind carry us where it may.
More drinks.
If you're listening right now, it's like you literally just walked in. And let me be the first to say, hey, it's happy hour from uptown New Orleans. Hi, I'm Sig, and this is a colossal mess. Happy hour is part of the family of shows on the podcast network, itsneworleans.com. And yes, when you walk into a bar in New Orleans and pull up a bar stool, you never know who's going to be singing on either side of you. What you do know is no matter what they look like, and it's a funky group today, what they're wearing, except for Anna's lovely, whether they just got out of a limo or out of jail, they're going to be happy to talk to you, because that's New Orleans, and this is Happy Hour, a cocktail-fueled 60 minutes of random conversation with folks who have nothing in common other than we're all here in New Orleans in a bar. Today we're at Wayfair on Ferret Street, which is an amazing location, great restaurant. Wayfair is a restaurant and bar serving handcrafted food and spirits where they put fine dining into a sandwich and fine booze into a glass. 3-hour happy hour every day from 4 to 7, Wayfair on Ferret Street. And I am Sig, and I'm very happy that we're actually starting the show. Now, we do have some great guests, so real quickly, I'm going to introduce everybody one time, then we'll kind of dig down and talk, but for the listeners, Anna Whitlow, who I actually know and have known for a long time, but I haven't seen in a long time.
For a long time.
So when I got the email that Anna would be on the show today, I guess I should really say I'm just filling in. I'm just a guy who's hanging out here today. So to find out it was Anna, and I knew Anna, that was very exciting because we haven't talked in a long time.
I know.
So I think you got married since the last time
I've gotten married. I've gotten a dog. I've moved all over the country. It's exciting. It's good to see you.
See, I didn't know you moved all over the country.
Yeah.
And now you have your own PR firm.
I do. It's called Be Nimble, like Jack Be Nimble, but it's Anna Be Nimble.
Anna Be Nimble. Is it Anna Be Nimble?
No, it's just Be Nimble.
I kind of like Anna Be Nimble.
Well, you can call it that. That's fine.
So we have Anna from Anna Be Nimble, which is great.
It's
also,
Be Nimble, folks.
We have Keith Cornfield, correct?
Cornfeld, almost.
Cornfeld?
Whatever.
What are you going to do? Here's the deal. He's the most dangerous man on the planet. He has escaped the tsunami. He's escaped Katrina. And he's also an extremely talented chef who has an amazing nickname, the Cajun Asian Chef. Correct?
I'll buy that one.
Now, was that a self-proclaimed title, or did somebody go, "Oh my God, you're the Cajun Asian"? And you don't look Asian at all, by the way.
No slanginess and everything.
So
just live there.
Yes. So you lived there, and so did you get known as the Cajun Asian in
New
Asian
Orleans
countries?
boy, New Orleans boy, Cajun, and lived there, cooking the food, learning it, and Asian. So Cajun Asian.
It's Cajun Asian. All right, very
Keep
nice.
it simple.
Well, we'll learn more about you in a moment. Of course, we have musical guests throughout the show today. Jordan Prince, who is, are you a New Orleanian, rather?
I wasn't raised here, but I lived here for about 6 years, yeah.
You weren't raised here. Where were you raised?
Mississippi.
Mississippi, okay.
Yeah.
So you're Mississippi. I'm Bethesda, Maryland. Anna is...
I'm all over the place. Richmond, Virginia / Baton Rouge, Louisiana / the world.
Okay, nice. And you are from here.
Local boy.
Local
Nice.
boy originally, and from where originally?
New Orleans East, Brother Martin grad. So
Amazing.
Local boy.
There you go.
And,
cool.
and so what was really funny as we were trying to find my script, the Cajun Asian and Anna were like saying, hey, what do you do? They're just kind of getting to know each other in the way that people do in New Orleans. And immediately Anna's like, well, I'd love to represent you.
I'm not that cheesy.
No, that happened.
Yeah, it did happen. You gotta always be selling. Come on.
You be nimble.
Yeah, be nimble.
You've been nimble. That is
I've been nimble. Yeah, I mean, I think he's got a really cool idea and a cool
She said
product.
PR. I said, okay.
Yeah.
He started it.
Sell.
So you're
He
going to point at
started
him
it.
and say he started it.
He totally started
Not
it.
my fault, Mom.
It's not my fault, Sig. Gosh.
So tell me really quickly, because one of the things I want to talk about the fact that you do have this sauce that is a
Cajun Asian sweet chili barbecue.
I love the way you say
Nice
that.
right.
Brand
goes
going,
off the
man.
tongue
That
well.
was good. I'll represent you. It's fine.
Under one condition, you speak like that for the whole show.
Okay.
All right, so the sauce is a Cajun Asian, and I'm sure I'm not the first person to ask this question, so I will ask it. There used to be a restaurant in New Orleans, the Asian Cajun. Which when I said to my wife, have you heard of this sauce? She's like, is that from the restaurant? I'm like, I think that restaurant's been gone for 10 years.
Nope.
But
And I'm the Cajun Asian.
and that's, you know what? That's exactly
it.
what I told her. It's the opposite way. So I'm not the first person to ask that question, clearly.
Correct.
And do you know those guys?
Not one bit.
So
Not one bit.
I think
in fact, I created the sauce, the name, and then I found out that they had that at that time. So,
Interesting.
And then they unfortunately went kaput, like a lot of
Well,
restaurants.
unfortunately, what's crazy, and you probably know this better than anybody because you've been in restaurants not only in New Orleans, but something I'm fascinated about is anybody who opens a restaurant in New York. Forget Asia. New York has to be such a crazy scene. But, now post-Katrina, 10 years later, there's more restaurants than there were in New Orleans.
Yep.
And it's an even more difficult business, even though there's some great success stories. So,
Pie is only so big.
yeah, it's
So-
crazy, right? I mean, have you thought about opening a restaurant now that you're here and you've got just a total sauce restaurant?
Came back in 2008 and on to do so, and then of course the bottom fell out, and that wasn't the time to do so. Just investors were not throwing money around for startups and restaurants at that point. So just built up everything from meeting good folks and just doing cooking classes, Southeast Asian, in their homes. So I met a lot of good upscale people up in the uptown area, Frank Davis when he was still with us and everything. So just really great people, and then just got me involved with that, doing catering, and then came up with the sauce, and we came back from New York City.
Incredible.
So, but it's been a good run. It's been a good run.
So how is the sauce doing, and why don't we have samples here?
It's in the truck. I just want to make sure I had the right place when I came.
Poor guy walks in here, drives in from the North Shore with no AC. He is sweating hot sauce, basically, is what he was doing. So
It smells really good, though.
Smells good.
it
Yeah,
does,
like
it does
it's
smell
like hot
coming
sauce,
out of
like-
his pores.
yeah, yeah.
Really,
For
that's
sure.
impressive.
It's
I'm
the
sure
chili and
delicious.
garlic.
Yeah,
Can we get some bread to wipe on his arms? That would be disgusting.
that's so gross.
So Anna, you've worked with products before. I mean, is
I
this
have.
like? I feel like this is almost like a dating show for business
It's
at
like
this point.
speed dating for business.
Yeah.
It's weird. Yeah, I mean, I grew up in Baton Rouge and worked here in New Orleans for a long time after college. I went to school in Boston. And then I've lived in Miami and LA, and so I was doing PR there for consumer packaged goods and all sorts of really good stuff. So it's kind of cool to meet you and talk about that. And right now I'm really focusing on trying to work with Louisiana-based brands. I've done a lot of stuff in travel and hospitality, which I think will do me well.
Yeah. Well,
And I'm out on my own because I feel like, I'm the toughest boss that I could ever find. So I might as well stick with myself,
But
right?
how are your employees?
My employees are pretty good. Their work ethic is lacking. No, I'm the only employee.
That's it.
So, eventually we'll see how the employees do. But I think I'm a pretty good manager of myself. Yeah, the employees are good.
Do you
Well,
keep yourself on your toes?
I keep myself on my toes all the time. I'm always like, I don't know what my boss is going to do. It's weird.
What I
Yeah.
love is you were able to make time for your employees to go out drinking today.
It's true. I really walked in here and just immediately got that glass of rosé, which I call summer water.
Which is gone at this
It's
point. by the
gone.
way.
Yeah, I was nervous.
Okay.
I'm the behind the scenes girl. I'm not ever the one that's actually talking about myself on stuff like this. So it's an interesting thing for me to be on the other side. I make all my clients do this stuff instead of me.
So now both of you have lived, and I didn't know you had moved away at all.
Well, thanks
which
for
is
keeping up with
crazy.
me, Sig. Gosh.
Well,
What have you been doing?
I've been, here.
Doing stuff.
Doing stuff, waiting for you to text me.
Yeah. It's been a long time. It's been like 4.5 years.
But Jordan, have you ever lived out of the country? Because I think everyone at the table has, except for me.
No, but I actually am going to start living outside the country starting in August. I'm moving to Germany.
No way.
Wow.
Yeah.
Why?
Well, I have a girlfriend there, and I'm going to move there to try and make a life with her. And I have I work with film too, so I'm going to do some sound mixing for a documentarian and try and play some music and see if I can do some things there.
That's
That's very
awesome.
cool.
We'll see. I'm excited. I've never lived anywhere but the South before. So.
It's gonna be different, dude.
Yeah, I mean, I've been there a few times. Like I've been there for a few months at a time, never too long to really get accumulated to the culture. But
What
our
part of
custom-
Germany?
Southern Bavaria.
Okay.
I'll be staying a lot in Munich, and then I'll be back and forth between that and this really southern town called Oberstdorf.
Have you ever lived in Germany?
Not live, but I was in Nuremberg for a month. That was
Nice.
really fun. Really nice.
What catastrophe happened while you were there?
Nothing, thank goodness. Thank goodness.
That had already
Only
happened
that the
before we
German
got
people
there.
let me in
Yeah.
their home. That was it.
Yeah.
So I do want you, I mean, literally, you have a very fascinating story about like 15 minutes away from the tsunami. You were swimming or something that I read about that I want to hear. But I think, do we take a musical break at this point? Is that, because, you're sitting here with a guitar. We're talking about you being a musician. I hate asking the question, tell me about your music. What do you sound like? So I think the best way to find out about your music is obviously to hear your music. So
Sure.
Here now on Happy Hour is Jordan Prince.
Yay, Jordan.
And I can feel it all slipping away from me. I've seen it all before, and it never leaves the same way. I remember the child that I used to be, never holding a grudge, forgiving so freely. The memory of myself overshadows the mirror. The fear of my own desire steadily lingers. And I can feel it all slipping away from me. I've seen it all before, and it never leaves the same way. And I know I can't stay here for long. I'm sick from the cold and blind from the fog. I've placed my trust in a thief's carrying arms. It's gone from me now, I've got to move on. And I can feel it all slipping away from me. I've seen it all before, and it never leaves the same way. Never the same way. Never the same way.
All right.
Nice.
Jordan Prince, you can find him online at jordanprincetunes.com. Jordan, that sounded amazing. Soon to be number one in Germany,
There you go.
which is incredible.
That's the goal.
And you're trending right now in Germany. It's amazing. They're all so
Hashtag
stoked.
Jordan Prince.
Oh
Thank
my
you.
God, Jordan, he's so hot.
So hot. I can see him through the radio.
Yeah. That's how it works. So Jordan, you know, as a musician, you just went from just like hanging out, talking, to playing your song and it being kind of, you know, like immediately into the moment. How difficult is that to do? Because you were in a very like focused place, doing some really beautiful singing and guitar playing.
Well, what I've noticed in the past with playing music in a setting that isn't necessarily set for playing music as comfortably as maybe I'm used to at a show or something, it comes down to just a few basic concepts come together, and it's that if it's one that I usually feel most comfortable when I am playing. I'm not the best public speaker or discusser of the way things are in my life, but when I am playing, I feel most comfortable. And it's also a combination of the sound mixing, like when I feel that I can hear my voice in my head in a very clear, and the levels are right and everything. Then once I feel that it can sound good and I can hear where the levels are and I can range it, well then I'm just in it, and I'm just singing and I'm hoping that people like it. I guess I don't know.
You did great. You're very demanding, though. I will tell you that right now. So, as a musician in New Orleans, where are your favorite places to play or see live music? I'm going to ask you guys the same question.
Oh man, well I have my two favorite venues in the city are definitely down the street, Gasa Gasa.
Yeah, it's a great spot.
And One Eye Jacks. The sound is just so great there, and they book bands that I want to see.
And Missy the bartender at One Eye Jacks is one of my favorite bartenders in New Orleans. I don't think I'm the only person who thinks that.
No, all the bartenders there are great. Yeah.
So Anna,
I
live
love
music in New Orleans. Where do
One
you
Eye
like
Jacks,
to go?
I love. I've always really liked One Eye Jacks. I for like just a sort of trip through nostalgia land, I enjoy sometimes still going to Tips. Like I think Tiptina's is fun and like big and exciting and sort of historic and good feeling. But yeah, One Eye Jacks to me always sounds great. So I hate to copy his answer, but I think it's
You just copied
awesome.
his answer.
And I like the people that book for One Eye Jacks are pretty cool too.
Yeah.
Yeah, the booking is really good.
Yeah.
Tips is always a good one.
Yeah.
I haven't been to One Eye Jack, so you just
There you go. It's in the Quarter. It's a great venue, small but phenomenal, and a lot of times.
I've been away too long. You
Yeah,
know?
man, we're like
just on food.
I mean, so back in the
Yeah.
day,
Get back
man.
with music.
Back in the day, you went to Jimmy's or something like that, right?
The Warehouse.
Way back in the day. They're gonna make like a documentary on the Warehouse. It's it's
Really?
Absolutely the history of the Warehouse. I don't know if you two.
Where was it?
The Warehouse was, it was before my time in New Orleans.
Yeah.
I moved here in '99. The Warehouse was, and I don't even want to say where it was because I'm not really 100%
It's on
sure.
Chapatulas, but I'm not sure the actual address of it. But
Yeah, I think you are correct. Well, you were there, so you would know better than I would.
Maybe he'll know.
Was
Yeah,
there
maybe you know.
was there a certain style of music that played there mostly, or?
just all top rock bands back
Rock
in
bands.
the
Oh, cool.
70s. I was not there at that time, but I caught the early 80s and mid 80s.
But like ZZ Top played there, that
No
kind of
way.
thing. So it was
Okay.
the guys that were producing it, the guys at Beaver Productions, they were bringing everybody into the South through the Warehouse.
Okay.
And it's a legendary story, and it's.
Bands like Humble Pie.
Yeah.
I mean, things back in the early 70s.
Wow.
So
Oh my God.
I'm gonna throw it out there. Led Zeppelin played there. So
That's amazing.
Oh wow.
I made
okay.
that up.
Oh,
You're just
like,
just
wow,
throwing things
that's
out.
so cool.
Yeah.
Good for them.
But it is it's a who's who of like that era of music, played there, and it has a phenomenal history. And they used to put carpet in the ceiling, and it would, they have to change it every couple of months because of all the smoke.
Smoke.
Oh wow.
Really kind of incredible.
That's
but
so cool.
Worth checking out.
Do you guys know anything about the venue across from Carrollton Station, the Willow? On the Willow, it's the cross street of Willow and something right there.
I don't know what I could tell you about it, but
It's the Willow now, and I know that it used to be some kind of. I don't know
it
if
used to be
it's-
Jimmy's.
Jimmy's,
Yeah.
yeah. And being inside, like that place is built for big bands. Like you'd imagine those classic rock bands to come through. And apparently, I
Absolutely.
heard that maybe that long ago, back in like the 80s, 70s, and 80s, that's where a lot of big bands would come and play.
well,
So
Jimmy's was a spot. Like when I moved here, Jimmy's in '99 or '98, '99. Jimmy's was still kind of going, and it's come in and out. But it was
I wonder what happened
the
to that.
spot. I think it's a long political conversation. I don't think I can answer.
It's a different
that for you.
podcast.
A classic
That's a
New
whole other
Orleans
class.
story.
Yeah.
Wow.
So, Keith, in your wheelhouse, food. We're now in the new New Orleans. You come back all these years later. What are the restaurants you love to go to and you would recommend to people? Or are you so North Shore you don't even bother with what's going on here? Like, there's a Popeyes I like that's on a drive-thru in 12.
I'm just so North Shore.
I'll do a little bit of a plug on a friend. So Mofo. So he's
So
doing,
good.
he's doing some
Mofo's really
food.
good.
So he's doing some really nice food, very similar to what I was trying to come back to do, and Michael he's done a great job. So I hope that more of the city really notices it and really takes on the flavors, because it has that authenticity to it, but it also needs to be enhanced to the city and bring it up a little bit. Just open-mindedness to it, because it's a lot of different flavors coming at you.
Absolutely. It's a very diverse menu.
Yeah.
Everything from big red fish
Right.
to wings, right? So
Right.
The
and
wings
then-
are amazing.
incredible. I just read an article, top 10 wing places in New Orleans, and they were one of
on
the
there.
places on there. Now, I like my wings to be from a more dangerous location. I don't.
Yeah.
I want to be dangerous and.
Wing snack. Wing snack. IK Wing Shack. Wing snack.
Yeah, where is
on
Wings?
Claiborne.
Yes.
It's scary.
Claiborne, definitely dangerous. Yeah, sure.
So, I mean, I don't mean to say that, but they're so good.
No. I like to go to a dangerous location.
Yeah,
for
good
wings.
We'll check that out. I mean, you have,
We'll go to Manchu.
Manchu, I
So
have
that's
lunch
pretty
there.
scary at night. Yeah.
Wing
Once a
snack
week I
is
have lunch
better
there.
than
Sure.
Manchu.
Yeah.
Wing snack. I mean, we did a wing off for the Super Bowl this year.
So-
Not to change the topic onto.
Would that be a
to do
PR
wing.
thing?
I don't represent either of those locations. Just I enjoy them as a leisure,
Yes.
in the leisure column.
Well, I'm a fan of Chicken and Watermelon on Claiborne, which is
Yum.
outstanding.
Yeah.
And it's right next to Hit and Run Daiquiris.
It really sets the tone for the night, right?
Gives you a feeling for the neighborhood.
Yeah.
When they first opened, it was a couple summers ago, and I had told my children I wanted to go there, and they're like, "We are not going there with you, Dad."
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, "All right, cool. When you guys go away for the summer, I'll go." And so on a Saturday night, I go there. It's like 10:30 at night. The chef's
Ah.
literally out there smoking a cigarette. This is right when they first opened, so
Yeah.
there's like nobody there.
Really?
It's just the chef smoking outside, and he literally looks at me and goes, takes a big draw on his cigarette, and goes, "What are you doing here?" Like, coming to get some wings, man.
It's good. Yeah.
Been a love
That's
affair
awesome.
ever since. So,
There you go.
So, besides Mofo, any place else that you?
I mean, Donald Link's restaurant's always good to go have fun at. Kuchan and Pesh and things. The
Yep.
food's always nice, moving out quick, so you know it's fresh.
Mm-hmm.
Mondo, Susan Spicer.
Can't
you know,
go wrong.
Give
Yep.
some kudos too. I mean, it's just good food.
Yeah, absolutely.
Good food.
Jordan, restaurants, New Orleans.
Oh man.
Come on, pop quiz.
I love Lola's.
Yeah, good
Yeah.
call. Of
And
course.
Thousand Figs is new, but it's really good too.
You
Which-
stole mine again. I love Thousand.
So have you guys met? You
No,
guys seem
never
really-
before.
No.
We go to all the same places.
No, I love the neighborhood she lives in. I just don't happen to live in it.
Yeah. I love it too.
It's a great
It'd be
spot. Yeah.
And to wrap it up on restaurants.
I mean, Thousand Figs is amazing. I love going to Cochon Butcher. I think is really excellent for a quick little getaway. And I don't know, God, there's so many great restaurants. It's hard to pick. It's crazy for me to be back from living in Miami and living in Los Angeles, where mediocre restaurants can get away with it if they're cool. And in this town, that is a no-go. Like, you can't have a not good restaurant survive.
Oddly, I moved here from having lived in Los Angeles and before
Yeah.
that Miami, and it was
I didn't know that.
yeah, it was
Oh my God.
yeah, crazy, right?
Crazy.
And this is a really strange city to move into if you've never lived here. And
Mm-hmm.
my wife cried for like 6 months, and it was just because you have to get used to
It's
and
hard
you
if you don't know it.
People are too friendly, huh?
They are too friendly.
It's scary.
You know?
You never. I mean, I think if you've lived in other places like that where you don't really know who to trust, you're like, wait, are these people legitimately friendly, or are they just putting on an act?
Is everyone that sarcastic?
Yeah,
Come on.
yeah, it's crazy.
You check your wallet. You
Yeah.
know, like, wait,
Yeah,
that
yeah,
being
you're like, wait a
friendly,
second.
something's
I have
going
more
on.
money.
It's also hilarious
Thanks.
to go from New Orleans to either of those places,
Yeah.
especially. I mean, Miami is full of really nice, lovely people, but is not known for that. And so it was interesting to go from the place where you could talk to everybody in line when you're waiting for something, and then Miami's like, "Rah," like people are grumpy, and even though it's sunny and beautiful, I experienced a lot of grump. So nice to be home.
It is nice to be. Well, welcome back.
Thanks.
And that's awesome that you're here.
Thank
we
you.
talked about this briefly, and I want to make sure we don't forget this because it's really a fascinating story. You did escape the tsunami when it happened a couple years ago, right?
I did.
And what is that story? Because that's
unbelievable.
I mean, I've seen
I'll keep it
video
brief.
of the tsunami, and it freaks me out.
Me too,
I'll
yeah.
keep it brief. It was, again, Boxing Day over there, so it was day after Christmas in the morning, swimming, pristine water, like a swimming pool, beautiful day, and it was about 8:30 in the morning, thanking for another beautiful day, and here comes a 500-mile-an-hour wave coming my way. I have no idea. And so I saw a guy getting a massage on the beach. I had my shorts on, no money in my pocket, saying, I think I'll go home and make some pancakes. So jumped on my motorbike, went, got some pancakes, and 45 minutes later wiped out that beach, plus I think about 300,000 people.
Wow.
So went all the way to
Unbelievable.
Africa. So went back on the beach later on that day, and went to grab a beer. And at a point, just some German guy, I was asking, what's going on? I see a little pandemonium. And he said, it's the fourth wave, it's a tsunami. And I'm thinking, oh, shit. So just left my safety zone, and here I am on the beach on my motorcycle, and we all turned on a New York little Hollywood dime, so to speak, and just ran. And there was a couple of dogs going up the side of a hill, looked at a Thai guy. We made eye contact, and we started hauling up the hill, and it was the second wave that was the powerful one.
Wow. So in between the waves, things were calm. I mean, I've seen video that it's calm, but I mean,
Well, when I
people
was-
weren't freaking out. Like,
I don't know. I wasn't there that time, but I was kind of spared the horror of. And but I learned from the Hawaii boys when I lived there, and they said, "Look, brother, if you happen to be on the beach and you see the wave go out, and then you see the fish flopping on the sand, don't go for the fish, brother. Run." So We just did the best we could in Hull when we heard that there was a fourth wave. So,
Wow.
Wow.
but yeah, it's a shame. It was a lot. So I stayed for about another 8 months to a lot of morale, and they had to go because again we were at 110% occupancy, and then that fell to 10% in 2 weeks.
Yeah.
So
This was the hotel that you're working on, a
was
resort?
right there. Yeah.
And that resort's still in business or long gone?
Well, that 10% occupancy we holding on with 5 restaurants, and but it was tough times. It was tough times.
Amazing. Obviously, New Orleanians have a
But if you ever get to see a movie called The Impossible, it's awesome because it's not a documentary. It is a Hollywood skit, and they did a fantastic job. So
I remember that movie coming out, but there was something about it so that I
don't want to blow people's chances online, and go get it, but it's a great movie.
Okay. Don't ruin the ending for me.
The Impossible.
Definitely incredible story. And then you come back here right before or after Katrina?
Definitely after, because we went to Fiji for 2 years. So I was in Fiji for 2 years, and there was a military coup there, and that wasn't anything much, fizzled out. And then we came back to Thailand for a little while, and then came back to New Orleans in 2008. So.
All right. Well, hopefully we don't have any more disasters or coups on your behalf.
Yeah, we're holding back on
Which
this.
would be good.
Well,
So the hot sauce or the wings, what? it's not
Asian sweet chili barbecue.
There it is.
Please always do that voice when you do it, especially as your PR person. I must
So
say.
that's official now?
No,
You guys are doing
no.
PR?
No, no.
I hear you're doing artist management too. And,
Totally, yeah. Jordan, call me.
what are you doing with that? Like, are you distributing it yourself or
Yeah, I'll be
online?
at the Lafayette Expo next week, and so that's a Lafayette hot sauce expo, and then in the supermarkets and Rouse's and doing all my demos and going out and sharing as much as I can. So at Phil's Grill, so on his burger, so he's been
Yeah.
a huge support and such. So just been having a lot of good support from the local community, and it's been great. So it's been getting some good feedback, and it's a versatile sauce, so it's just not a barbecue, but putting it on dips and wings and things and such, and
Whether
so,
people want it or
exactly,
not.
whatever you want to put it on.
If you get too close to him, there'll be like sauce all over everything. You'll look, you're like, how did I get sauce all over my arm?
Mommy, what happened to my snowball?
What happened?
Do you have a theme song yet?
I do not.
You're about to.
Here we go.
Jordan's handling it.
Jordan,
Jump on that.
let's do this. Give me an E, A, and G or something, and give. Let's see what you can do with
bet
a
this
theme
is
song for
awesome.
him.
A theme
what,
song?
What does he need to know for a theme song for your sauce? What are 3 things? You should be asking these questions
What's
to
the
PR
flavor?
guy.
What's the flavor profile of the sauce? Like, what are the
Flavor
3?
profile.
Sweet chili.
Sweet
Okay,
chili.
sweet
So
chili.
I'm assuming there's probably a vinegar.
You have a little vinegar, and you have a little light
sugar,
sweet,
some-
of course,
yeah.
and you have a little bit of light heat.
Okay, heat, sweet,
Sweet heat,
vinegar.
sweet heat.
Sweet heat and vinegar.
And vinegar. The
The
key
Cajun.
word.
Well, there's your album name right there. Sweet heat and vinegar.
Sweet heat and
By the
vinegar.
sauce horse.
Jordan Prince's sauce.
I can,
Yeah.
sauce it. Sweet chili barbecue. Just jump into it like that.
There you go.
Lots of like very flagrant, just like, yummy.
I like it. We're almost there. Have the PR lady. We're on the
We're
air.
hooking you up for the sauce. You got a jingle. You got a.
Don't worry, I have stash in the car,
Do
so
some key
everybody gets
messaging.
some.
All right. That's my compensation.
There's, sales are up in Germany, which is great. We're happy to see you're doing well in Germany now.
There we go.
So, Jordan, besides doing the theme song for the Cajun Asian, do you have another song you want to play for us on the show today?
Sure, yeah, I had one more planned. It's
Was that it, actually?
That was actually the whole thing.
What is this song? What was the name of the first song? We didn't actually give the introduce that song, which was kind of lame.
I wanted when I came on the show, I wanted to play one that was possibly my oldest song that I continue playing, and then the newest song that I've written. And it's the first one's called "Never the Same Way," and I wrote it maybe my first year in college after I felt betrayed by someone who's close to me, by a friend. And then this new one is sophomore year, and I just recorded it with Mark Bingham under the Jordan Prince band name, and we're going to try and release an EP in September with it. This is called Sophomore Year, and I wanted to write a song that you would feel would be like a 50s prom song, like something you would hear, like
If I was at a 50s prom song or I was watching a 50s movie.
both. Something along the lines of
So
like
the Under the Sea prom from Back to the Future.
that's literally
Exactly.
the same.
We're on the same wavelength.
This song is
yeah.
called Copperfield.
Cup of Field by Michael J. Fox. So let's do this one.
You left a little note inside my locker, but I didn't go back to school that day. You saw me at the hop, having mixed words with a cop. He told me that I should act my age. I remember sophomore year with you. Ooh, everybody hurts. I remember sophomore year with you. We snuck your father's keys and kissed behind the trees. Nobody could tell us what to do. I asked you for a dance and for a bit of romance. You were mine and everybody knew. I remember sophomore year with you. Ooh, everybody hurts. I remember sophomore year with you. I remember sophomore year with you. Ooh, everybody hurts. I remember sophomore year with you. Ooh, everybody hurts. I remember sophomore year with you.
Jordan Prince.
Thank you.
JordanPrinceTunes.com. Anna was just dancing with Biff Henderson, which was very
It
cool.
was, yeah.
That
it
was awesome.
It was a nice little moment that,
That
we
was
had
great.
at the hop. I love that you did it at the hop in the song. It makes me happy.
That does have a great 50s kind of vibe.
It does.
Thanks.
I like it.
It does feel like the end of the sea from Back to the... I totally felt it. I sort of flashed back.
Did
to
you guys
that
ever watch
movie.
that film Submarine? Well, the lead singer from Arctic Monkeys, Alex Turner, did the soundtrack, and it's beautiful. If you in any way like that song, he has a lot of themes that surround that sort of genre. It's just beautiful.
So, what's the soundtrack to, you were saying?
A film called Submarine. I
Okay.
forgot the director's name, but it's an English film. It's really, really cool. It's really good.
Well, in very sad news, which I actually don't personally think is sad news, I'm actually happy to see an artist stand up and have the balls to not sell out. There will not be a remake of Back to the Future.
Yeah.
I
heard that,
They're
yeah.
not going to let it happen.
Oh, good.
That's good.
I forgot who the
I don't know.
guy who wrote it and produced it.
I'm glad. I mean, everybody's...
Is it Robert
Except
Zemeckis?
I'm excited about...
It's just in, what was that?
Robert Zemeckis.
Yes.
But there is going to be a remake of Ghostbusters, which I'm on board with.
It's all
Are you?
female, right?
It's all female, yeah. That's why you're on.
No, that's not why.
It's totally on.
Guys,
You got those
all
women
of y'all-
parts,
all of y'all
and
just
you
went-
guys are bonding.
All of
and-
y'all just went, it's all female. Like,
It
that was
is.
a bad thing. It's
You're cycling
not.
together.
No.
I don't think that's the tone I had with that.
No, and I take offense at cycling together as a thing that is ever said. I am 100% feminist, and that was inappropriate.
I grew up in a
Sig.
family of all women.
I'm gonna slap you on the hand, and you
I-
also have a family of all women
I
now,
have
correct?
I've been
This
the
is his
only.
outlet. He's like, I'm going to Wayfair and be anti-feminist. It's gonna be awesome.
I should probably, for the record, announce that I am just sitting in today. I'm not even supposed to be here.
He's not supposed to be here, and we might kick him out if he keeps saying stuff like that.
I mugged a guy with a gray ponytail in the parking lot and stole his headphones, and Just sat
we
in
don't know
here.
where he is. I think we sent him back to New Zealand or something.
So Grant Morris is the host of the show, so I apologize.
Well done. You did fantastic.
Thank you very much. I appreciate that. Can you say that in a Cajun voice?
You did fantastic.
Sweet heat.
Sweetie.
Maybe it ought to be like, it should be more aggressive like
I
that,
think
right?
I'm seeing like all sorts of fun things that we could just have you popping out from behind corners and jumping out at people and going, sweet heat,
Sweet heat.
Cajun Asian, sweet heat.
And people just like, just
I'm
freak
like,
out.
yeah, and you throw sauce on them and they're like, ah, and it's gonna be great.
Because I'm really not that scary.
No, you're not scary at all. We're talking about him like he's like a biker dude. He like rolled up on a Harley with hot sauce bottles holstered to his hip.
He just throws at
Yeah.
people like ninja stars. So in reality, he's 5'4", 125 pounds. So
He's wearing suspenders and he has a pocket protector. It's pretty cool.
yeah, sweetie, that's your thing, man. Like,
There's a slide rule that just popped out of his pocket when he
so
did
like
that.
when you're at the expo you're going to, and what's the expo? Lafayette Expo or something?
Lafayette Hot Sauce.
So when you're at the Lafayette Hot Sauce Expo, you should just be like crouched underneath your table, right?
Okay.
So when people come up and they're
Jump
taking
up, huh?
samples and some old lady with her walker comes up,
And have
you
a
know?
GoPro posted in the back of your booth that films people, and you can then do like a blooper reel that you put on YouTube
So good.
afterwards.
It would be
Sweet.
huge. So the little lady comes up and her hand's shaking as she grabs the Triscuit.
She's all
and-
I'll
excited.
calm her nerves with my Cajun Asian sweet chili
Promise
bun.
me that you're not gonna have a Triscuit out to sample. the
No,
hot sauce.
definitely. Shame,
I
shame.
mean, shame is your middle
Oh,
name.
you
It's
would've-
Sig Shame.
Why do we have to hate each other today?
We don't. We love each other. It's all out of love. It's all out of love. We go way back.
I make one comment.
We go back to like the fifth Voodoo. The fifth
We do.
Voodoo.
We go. This is great. So a part of again, I'm not just some random guy off the street for the record.
He's a legit.
Dude, I am. That's awesome.
So
He
amazing.
just walked in. Jordan was like, "Oh, there's a podcast. Cool. I'll play my music."
Free beer. I'm in, man.
By the way, I think with the chick with the camera is just here for the free drinks.
Yeah, totally. But she's got cool purple hair, so we'll let her stay.
So I actually did radio here in New Orleans for many years before and through the hurricane, and then left radio 106.7 The End, which was a radio station that was probably between when you were gone or whatever.
I remember it in high school.
And then, I get that a lot. Oh, you're so proud of yourself now. Well,
Well, I was the oldest one here for a while. Everybody was like, "I'm 26. I'm 25." Not to knock it. Y'all are great. You're very mature.
23.
Yeah.
I was on the radio. I was 16 years old when I was
Yeah.
on 106.7 The End.
Yeah.
And then now I am part of the team that produces Voodoo. So
Oh, cool.
that's how Ann and I know each other.
Yeah.
We don't know that from Mike Ciardi is how we.
Mike Chardy, yeah. Shout out to Mike Chardy, who also introduced me to my husband. So
he really?
he's a winner in my book. Yeah.
When was
so
the last time you saw Mike Ciardi?
I saw Mike Ciardi. Mike and where did we last see each other? Oh, he was here a couple months ago. He was in town.
Yes.
And we saw each other then. And his wife Yuri is delightful. And shout out to both of them. And they're
Someone
awesome.
right now is going to be listening to the show going, I know those two.
I know those two. They were
awesome.
they created a really amazing Voodoo Fest moment when they got engaged.
They did.
Mike set up Wilco to play their song, Heavy Metal Drummer, and
nice.
and then he put a good graphic up on the billboard thing. Not billboard. What is it called? Jumbotron? I don't know.
Screen. Yeah.
And he proposed to her, and we were all there, and it was awesome.
It was really crazy because like that happens at minor league baseball games, right?
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
Mal's got to third base, and Mike Ciardi's going to whatever.
Yeah.
This was Wilco.
To have Jeff Tweedy say this one goes out to Yuri from Mike was the most amazing.
It was crazy.
True romance, true amazing.
That's amazing, yeah.
Yeah.
And of all the artists in the world, Jeff is not the guy that I would think like, yeah, he'd be kind of
Cool,
down
right?
with this. I do this all the
Yeah,
time.
it's totally cool.
He also wore a clown nose when he did it, which was cool.
Did he?
No, come on.
Yeah, I was like, I don't remember that, but it was a very chaotic moment.
Memorable moment.
It was very chaotic. But yeah, we met through Mike, and I think we met when I was doing PR stuff for the Office of Tourism.
Yes, we did a lot, and you
We
did a
started
great job
that
of that.
sponsorship. Yeah, so that
So-
was good. I'm glad that's continuing.
Department of
to happen.
Tourism was a great partner of Voodoo, and of course, New Orleans Tourism has done amazing things. And what's really incredible is every single body in this table, every person at this table, is really affected by the things that
Yeah.
New Orleans Tourism is doing,
sure.
which is
Absolutely.
incredible.
Keep it rolling.
You had a chance to not move back. Why did you move back? Like you were elsewhere, but what brings you back to New Orleans?
I wanted to bring back the flavors.
Yeah?
Flavors and share it with New Orleans and hometown and, again, Southern folks. So it brings you home. And
Yeah.
I was gone a long time. So 12 years away, and going through tsunamis and military coups and things like that. So
a lot.
so now let me come on home a little bit.
You know, it's a crazy statement when you realize, no, it'd be mellow New Orleans.
That'd be a real chill place to go. Yeah.
Anna, you moved away. You came back.
Yeah, I mean, for me, we moved away, and I got a lot of really great experience working with a ton of different brands, and I wanted to bring that back and work with people who I really believed in and wanted to invest my experience in promoting and helping them grow. So, my friends are here. My brother lives down the road in Baton Rouge. It's just good to be home and around people who I feel like get me, and I'm a little wacky sometimes. So
Yes.
Wacky's good.
Wacky's good, and wacky's appreciated and celebrated in this town. So
It really is,
I really missed that. So I'm glad to be home.
There are so many times in this town, and especially having kids, where you drive around and you just see things, and your kids go, "Daddy, what is that?" And you're just like, "That's New Orleans." You know?
It's New Orleans. Yeah.
And we'll ask you in 5 years when you move back what it's like
I
to.
know Jordan's gonna leave us.
Well, you know.
You got to do it for love. That's why I moved away. You gotta
And
move
when's
for
the big
love.
move?
Early August, yeah.
Is it dependent on the relationship?
Oh, I mean,
You guys are
yeah.
hot and heavy. You guys are hot and heavy.
Is she there or here?
She's there. She's German. We met at university for film, then she moved back, and I visited a few times now. I'm going to try and go and make life for myself there. And
That's gonna be awesome. It's always an adventure.
yeah, I'm young enough to
You're
where if
young.
it doesn't work out, I have a good
Always
story and come
home.
back.
Yeah,
Exactly.
There's no reason
You can meet
to not
another
do it.
German girl over there.
Ooh.
Okay.
And let's face it, you probably will.
Don't. She's
sure she doesn't
listening.
turn
She's
in on this.
listening.
Yeah.
I'm sure she's wondering. He's gonna be good. He's
There's
gonna
no
stay
other
with-
German girls, guys. It's
There
just
are-
her
it's
and
just
then a
her.
bunch of guys.
What's her name? Should we do a little shout out? What's her name?
Effie.
Effie?
Yeah.
That's a pretty name.
I like that.
Yeah,
Does-
Effie and Jordan sitting in the tree. K-I-S-S-I-N-G.
I love it.
In Germany.
In Germany. Nice.
Yeah.
So does she speak English or do you speak German? Or both?
She does both fluently. Yeah.
It's amazing how people from other countries are so much like we go to other countries and we're like they'll speak English and that's horrible. It's like the ugly not
No.
that you don't
No,
try.
no.
But it's amazing. Everybody in the whole rest of the world is bilingual and we just
Yeah.
kind of
Yeah.
expect them
Kind
to
of
be, which is
embarrassing.
embarrassing. But you know,
Especially in Germany, I didn't meet one person who didn't know
It's amazing,
enough
right?
English to get around.
yeah. I was
Yeah.
just in the Philippines and it was like every single person knew tons of English and I was just like,
One thing I like about European people is when they land in the plane, they clap. They clap
They
because we
do.
landed.
They
You
clap.
know, we made it. You know,
Wow.
here we expect it.
yeah.
But they clap and everybody's just happy.
I've
cheer on. I
never
like
experienced that before.
I've been on a plane where people clapped before when we landed. But it
Really?
was typically like a rough ride. And
Yeah.
then they're like, thank God we did it.
Oh my God, we're alive!
We're alive. Thank you.
I've
Praise.
never experienced a plane load of people clapping just
Everybody's
because
just
it
clapping
landed.
till we made it.
Yeah.
Wow, that's a good. I'm gonna start doing
It
that.
wasn't the food. Definitely wasn't the food.
Yeah.
Do we have time for another song, or where are we time-wise? Anybody keeping track here on time?
Yeah, if you got one more, we can, or we can start wrapping up.
Do you want to do one more song? You got
Sure.
one more song?
Sure, yeah, I can do one more
I like
song.
his songs. Let's
Yeah,
make him
I
do
like
one
your
more
songs.
song.
I think that'd be great closing.
Okay.
As you're preparing for your song, I want to thank everybody for being part of the show.
Thank you much.
Thank you.
Real quickly, for the Cajun Asian sauce, what's the best way for people to track you down? And
CajunAsianChef.com. Also, Romarch, Rouse's, Robert's, and Phil's Grill.
so you got great distribution.
I can't argue with
I mean, that's amazing. Like I'm always amazed by product distribution. I don't even know how you begin doing that. It takes giant balls to have a product and go out there and.
Go and say hello and knock on the doors and give them a sample, like
Yeah.
I'm going to give you folks.
Oh well, very good.
Yes.
And please pass the word.
We are passing it right now.
We totally will.
Anna,
Yeah. Be
That's-
nimble. BeNimblePR.com if anybody needs any help.
all right. Anything you are specializing in these
I
days?
specialize typically in food and beverage and travel stuff, but working with a couple great brands right now, but always looking for the next great client. I'm like looking over at Keith. I'm like,
Cajun
hello.
Asian Sweet Chili Barbecue.
Sweet heat.
And of course, Jordan. Besides Jordan Prince Tunes, you know, where are you these days?
I'm on the standard social media:
Yeah.
Facebook, Jordan Prince Tunes; Instagram, Jordan Prince; Twitter, J Prince Tunes. So
Do you
You
like
were-
a SoundCloud or anything?
SoundCloud, yeah, Jordan Prince
Plug
Music.
it. Plug
Yeah,
it.
SoundCloud, Jordan Prince Music. Yeah.
And you were on that stage with the launch of Tidal, weren't you? You were one of the artists that signed
Yeah,
off
it was
on that.
me. It was me and
Jack White.
Jack
and-
Jay-Z.
White, yeah.
He was right next to Jay-Z.
Nice guy. nice guy, right? Never would have thought, man.
Yeah,
That
exactly.
dude, but he's such a sweetheart. Loves Uno,
Really?
but a sore loser.
That's
really bad.
terrible
Really
to
bad.
hear. All right, let's do one more tune. What are we doing?
Okay, this is another one of my older ones. It's also going to be on the Jordan Prince Band EP release in September, and this is Be the Same.
Cool.
I see how my life flies by away like the wind. I'm older than ever, but I've yet to begin. I don't want to stay here, but I don't want to go. Will my days ever be the same anymore? All of these different people hiding from the know. How can they ever be saved if they don't have any soul? I don't want to settle, and I don't want to rest my bones. Will my days ever be the same anymore? Live alone in the summertime, stay inside all day. Back to work and then I'm done again, flat down on my face. Well, I don't want to be confused with those who think it's fair. How we're born just to die again. No matter how much, no matter how much we take care.
All right.
Nice.
Nicely done. Hey guys, thank you so much for being part of the show. All of you are doing amazing things and are great New Orleanians and soon to be Germans. So that's really cool. One last thing, what's next for everybody? Quick roundtable. What is next? What's happening next for you?
Pushing the sauce.
Pushing the sauce.
Actually, another line.
Yeah?
So trying to get with another line.
Softy for the ladies.
Totally needs PR.
Yeah, right? Doesn't he need PR?
Yeah, that's what's next for me, actually. That was going to be my answer. I'm going to help him out. No, I'm just kidding.
There you go.
And of course, we know what's next for you.
I'm gonna write his theme song, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
I need that little.
This is not the last time we'll see each other.
Well, thank you guys for being part of the show again. My name is Sig, and
Thanks,
I hope
Sig.
you guys, if you're going to be gone, but I hope you guys will come to the Voodoo Experience this year. We've got a great show for everyone Halloween weekend. Dress up in a costume, have fun.
I already have my ticket.
Do you really?
Yeah,
Fantastic.
I bought them
Nice.
the first distribution.
I'm not going to say who I think you're excited to see because it will sound like I'm,
Don't do it. Yeah. Yeah.
Who are you excited to see?
I,
Florence and the Machine.
No.
No? Good. All right.
I'm
Ozzy
excited for the
Osbourne.
whole experience.
Fantastic. All right. Well, great show. Thank you guys for being part of it.
Thanks for having
Thank
me.
you very much.
The producer of the show is Gran DuPont, and associate producer and technical director Chris Cohey. Music director Christian Unruh. Theme music was written by and is being played by Mitch Form. If you'd like to be on the show, drop us a line. Our address is on the website. Check out other great other happy hour. Check out our other happy hours and other shows.
This is the happiest hour we've ever
Give that man
had.
another
That's
drink.
I need some more
He's
sweet
taken like
heat.
17 shots throughout the process of this.
Out to Lunch with Peter Raschuti, which is a fantastic show live from Commander's Palace. Peter has one of the most infectious laughs you'll ever hear. Mindset with psychic Dr. Nick Pejcik. True to the Game with Chris True. Midnight Menu +1 with Margot Moss. And The Man Who Ate New Orleans, Ray Kanata. Louisiana Eats with Poppy Tooker. Milo's Music Parlor with Kim Vu. And the revolutionary new way to buy a house in New Orleans, Unlisted NOLA. Keep up with us on Facebook, Twitter, and a bunch of other time-sucking social media, all of which is It's New Orleans. You can find photos from this show on itsneworleans.com and our Facebook and Google Plus page. Does anybody actually use Google Plus, just for the record?
No, what's up with? Why won't it die?
I don't know, because they're Google, you know, and so
Because they can keep it around as long
And
as they
I
want.
should say yes, I use it. It's a very valuable platform, but no,
it's-
nobody uses it.
And I think technically it is dead. Like, even they're like,
Nobody's on it.
even like the Google people are like, no
Yeah,
way.
sorry Google, we love you and all of your other products, but Google Plus just isn't working for us.
But for the record, it's neworleans.com Google Plus page is really excellent. There's photos
That's
taken
the only
by
one you
Allison
should have.
Moon.
Yay, Allison!
If you're listening to this on iTunes, Stitcher, or any other podcast app, thanks for subscribing. Take a moment to rate and review us. That helps other people find us. Recorded live today at Wayfair on Ferret Street, where they put fine dining into a sandwich and fine booze into a glass. Happy Hour is a production of INO Broadcasting for itsneworleans.com. I'm Sig, and the show will be back again next week, I believe with Grant Morris, but I'm not 100% sure about that. Thanks for joining us, and have a great week. Keep drinking.
Ciao.
Your home is important. That's why Geico helps make it easy to save on condo insurance. Because home is more than just a place. Home is where you took minimalism too far because there's only one chair in your entire condo and your only entertainment is one card. Not even a deck of cards, but a single card. And all your guests have to share one plate and one fork, but you're convinced that less stuff means more freedom. The Geico Insurance Agency could help protect the overly minimalist broom closet you call home. Call Geico and see how easy it is to switch and save on condo insurance.